Jack Bauer might be trying to save the world, but is Jack also a right-wing propagandist? Last night, the season premiere of the Fox show 24 began with a bang and a cloud of controversy.
The South said visitor was a code word for weapon. 4 more of these things out there.
Wow. In the TV drama, terrorists who were freed by the U.S. president detonate a nuclear bomb outside of Los Angeles. The fictional attack could kill hundreds of thousands of people and throw the nation into chaos. And for some viewers, the storyline is just, well, you know, this is hitting too close to home. Is Fox trying to promote President Bush's agenda by playing the politics of fear? Let's bring back in MSNBC analyst Craig Crawford and syndicated columnist Joel Mowbray. Guys, great to see you both today.
Great to see you.
Craig, come on. This is just entertainment, right?
Sure. But I have always thought this show was a fascinating dovetail into the Bush administration agenda on the war on terror, which is to keep people afraid. I mean, if Franklin Roosevelt said, when he said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, this administration says give in to your fear and let us protect you.
Joel, what do you think? Do you think that this maybe this show is A, pushing a right-wing agenda, and B, promoting negative stereotypes about Arabs?
Okay, well, first off, it doesn't promote negative stereotypes about Arabs. In fact, the opening scene of the first episode was someone who is either Arab or of South Asian descent trying to get on a bus. The bus driver wouldn't let him on because the guy had a backpack, and it turned out that there was someone who looked like Asian and probably a Muslim convert who actually detonated the bomb inside the bus to open the very first episode. In fact, I think it goes out of its way to break such stereotypes. Now, as for whether or not this is right-wing propaganda, I mean, come on. If you're going to do an entertainment show, do you want to have one where there's no threat, where there's nothing facing America? It's a grave danger. A show like this only works if you have a fear factor.
Maybe in that case, if the left wing was going to do it, they would do something on environmental scares for global warming, right?
And it's funny, we're here discussing, whether or not 24 has a right-wing agenda when there's countless examples of TV shows and movies that push an open left-wing agenda. Right.
Well, no, we don't need to change the subject. I think the show is very entertaining, but I do think whatever their motives, I doubt they actually have a political agenda at this show, but they are in a sense war profiteering.
Okay, well, let me ask you about this.
All wars have profiteering, and I think they're playing to popular notions that the Constitution just gets in the way of catching the bad guys.
But Craig,
in some of these episodes, you see Jack Bauer go in, the character here, torturing people with wires and chemicals.
Oh, there was one scene, Contessa, where he actually sawed the head off of an informant in the CSI offices.
I didn't see that one, but here's bottom line: is the message that sometimes good guys have to torture people in order to protect more people. The ends justify the means.
I think what they really try to get through with this show is that there are a lot of decisions and moral conundrums that you face that nobody really likes to have to do. I mean, this wears on Jack Bauer, which is why last night, in the episode, he said, I just can't do this anymore until, of course, he sees the nuclear explosion. And as for Craig's point that this, dovetails with the war on terror with President Bush, this show started out, the concept of this show started out with a plane blowing up in an episode for the pilot they shot before 9/11. This show debuted in the fall of 2001. So they've had this in mind before there was a war on terror, before there was 9/11.
But on the torture question, one of the problems I have with the show compared to the experts I've talked to over the years and all the torture debates we've had here in Washington is the show really makes it seem that it always works, that it's a workable way to get information. And so many people in the business will tell you that it's really not as effective as certainly this show makes.
Well, Craig, I'm shocked that a Hollywood program would have an unrealistic portrayal of reality. Blows me away.
And speaking
they present themselves as almost a reality reality show. They're trying to. They don't do a lot to signal that this is just a comic book on TV.
Really, all this can happen in 24 hours. I think the whole nature of the show means you have to suspend disbelief.
They have pretty busy days there. I'll give you that.
This is such a lively discussion that I can't get in a word edgewise. Tomorrow, you guys are both coming. No. Listen, tomorrow you guys are both going to come back and have the same discussion about another Fox show, American Idol.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
I can't wait to see Paula Abdul.
I can't wait to see them to do a Beatles theme night.
They love this. They should be TV critics. This is Craig, Joel, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Stop financing terrorism. Join Terror Free Energy Coalition. Visit www.terrorfreeoil.org.